Wow, what an honor this is. We are joined now here on GCR by a legitimate icon in film. He is, oh my gosh, an Emmy winner, a Golden Globe winner, and he's got a new movie that's out today that's called Walking with Herb. And there's a sports connection, as it's a movie that's sort of based a little bit around the game of golf. It's a pleasure to be joined here on GCR by the legendary Edward James Olmos. Edward, I don't even know what to say. What a thrill this is. What an honor to be speaking to you today.
Glenn, it's my honor and
Ah,
my privilege. I'm grateful to be able to talk to Baltimore. I swear to you, man, this is a great moment in my life because I haven't had the feeling for a film since Stand and Deliver that I have on this film, Walking
Phew.
with Herb.
Well, that one was a pretty good one, Edward.
Stand and Deliver was very, very
Yeah.
strong. It really worked. It gave a lot of inspiration, gave faith, it gave a heart and hope to the audiences that saw it. This one, whoa. GCR radio, know one thing, man. This is definitely one for the time. We're in a pandemic. We've really been asked to understand a lot about ourselves. And the one thing that is really needed, which comes out in the movie, there's a couple of things that this movie is about. One is faith. The second one is courage, to have the courage to do your second chances, to actually try again. And, in my age, I'm 74 right now, but in the movie I play almost 70. And it's a wonderful experience. People have seen it. It opens today all over the United States, and the pandemic's still holding back on people wanting to go, into crowded areas. But I think that you'll be very happy if you get a chance to see this in the theater, and I'm sure that you'll be blessed.
There's some of us that are beyond ready to go back to a movie theater at this point. Yeah. There are some of us that have been waiting a long time.
That's right.
So, and I haven't seen the film yet. I am fascinated by this. I'm assuming that you're a bit of a golfer yourself, right? Like in real life.
Real life. In real life, no. In real life, I've played for fundraisers,
Okay.
nonprofit organizations, and we'll play on the golf course, and we'll play scramble, the closest to the hole.
Not my favorite.
Ball, everybody, yeah, I love that kind of game because
Yeah.
it takes a lot of pressure off. But in this situation, I had to really play, and on camera as a person who hasn't played for 35 years, but at one point was very, very professional. But he couldn't. He cracked at the young age. He was turning into a pro, and he couldn't take the pressure, and he cracked, and he left it. Never touched a golf club again. So when the movie starts, I'm 35 years since I've touched a golf club, and all of a sudden, I get a message on my computer telling me, "Okay, it's time. I need you for a mission," and it's from God. And I said, "What?" And so he sends the messenger, and the messenger is George Lopez.
Ah, of course. I always assumed that there was a connection between George Lopez
On this incredible motorcycle and outfits. I gotta tell you, he really is a good actor and a great human being. I gotta tell you, he really went all out. And Kathleen Quinlan plays my wife.
Yeah.
Beautiful and wonderful performance, along with Billy Boyd and Christopher McDonald and Jessica Medoff. Jessica Medoff happens to be the writer's daughter. Now, she plays my daughter in the movie, and Jessica Medoff is Mark Medoff's daughter. Mark Medoff is the great Pulitzer Prize winning, Tony winning, great writer of Children of a Lesser God, to just mention one of his great pieces of work. And the guy wrote this, and it was his last piece. This was his swan song. And I gotta say, he saw the movie, and he really was moved by it. And this was the way he said goodbye to the world.
Right.
It's really worthwhile to know that this film is right on time. Once in a while, you get a film that comes out when it's most effective on the psyche and the subconscious mind of the viewer. And this is that time period. WalkingWithHerbMovie.com will tell you where you can go to see it in your neighborhood.
Oh, that's great.
And you know, we don't have a lot of money. This not going to be promoted on every single, you know, television announcements and you know, in the country. It just, we don't have that. It's this intimate little movie that has found its space. People who saw it in the Fathom Entertainment special that we did for 3 days pushed it over the top. And what ended up happening is the first day X amount came. The second day was 30% more people than came the first day. And the third day, there was 38% more people that came from the second day. So it augmented itself with over almost 70% increase in people wanting to see the movie. And we didn't, you know, we're not announcing it. This is all word of mouth.
Wow.
And so it's a kind of a movie. You'll have a great time. Walking with Herb.
Walking with Herb, which is out today in theaters. We're chatting with the legendary Edward James Olmos, which is a surreal sentence for me to keep saying. I just can't believe that's a thing that's happening today. I don't want to brush past something that you said when you're going through the cast. You mentioned the name Christopher McDonald.
Yes.
This is a golf film.
Yes.
And involves Christopher McDonald.
Yes.
Can we think that perhaps it might lean into anything else that involved Christopher McDonald in the game of golf over the years? Is there any chance that it leans into that a little bit?
Of course, but at the same time, he's a fan.
I know that's true. I know that's true, but I can't help but think there's got to be some Shooter McGavin involved with this somehow.
You bet. You figure it out.
All right.
There is. Definitely there is.
All right.
And I got to tell you right now, he is, what it is George is my caddy.
Okay.
Christopher McDonald is Billy Boyd's caddy. And we're playing against each other for the world, the world entire golf championship.
Oh.
Which I'm asked to participate in at the age of 68.
Of course.
Against every major player on the planet, because it's the highest purse ever given to at a golf tournament by a very, very wealthy person. And so it ends up becoming the ultimate golf championship tournament in the history of golf.
Okay.
And so it's amazing. And of course, I'm way too old to be playing against these guys. Okay. So, and it's good. It's a good movie. I think people will enjoy it. It's not a golf movie. It's really about, you know, faith and second chances. It's a movie that inspires you. Yes, we're walking sometimes around the golf course, but boy, it's funny with George Lopez as the messenger. Trust me.
just as you would assume. Again, just as you would assume. Edward, I have to ask a couple things real quick, and we're going to keep telling people about the movie because I'm looking forward to seeing it myself. Walking with Herb, which is out today. There is something about you. It's Morgan Freeman like, right? There are people that look at you in this way that is, I don't want to say godlike, because obviously you're talking about that theme in this film, but that you are a sage. You are that person that everyone turns to. Is there almost a burden that comes with that in your community when like people come up to you and they expect you to always have wisdom and to be sort of a father figure, it seems like, to everyone?
Glenn, what ends up happening is that you just honestly have faith in yourself, self-esteem, self-respect, and self-worth, and you share that just as a human being. And what ends up happening, man, is people feel good about themselves, and you pass that on. And it's nothing more than sharing the light. And look I don't know how I got here, because basically I come from a very, very different lifestyle when I started my life. And over the years, it merged into what I am today. And I've been doing it for over 50 years. But I live a very privileged life, and I'm very grateful for my life. But I will tell you this. I am as surprised as everyone else is when it comes to understanding where kind of things that we've been doing in our lifetime. And I am so grateful. And so everybody that I've met throughout my life, thank you for sharing time with me, because I love sharing my time with them.
I can't believe that you know my name. We're still struggling with this. The other thing, you talk about you mentioned Stand and Deliver earlier. Obviously, everybody knows you from something different within the course of your incredible career. I always love, and I do this with athletes a lot, I always love to ask, what was the most surreal, the pinch me moment? What was the moment in your career, in your life, that you were able to meet someone, do whatever it was that said, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm here in this moment right now. And for everything I've done, this is the one. Do you have any particular one? I mean, I can't even imagine how many of them you must have had in your life.
Yeah, that's what happens, Glenn. You just continue to be overwhelmed by the passion and compassion of others. And, you run into, giants of the art world, or of the sports world, of science. And, I'll tell you, one of the biggest pinch me moments of my life was with in Stand and Deliver, was meeting the professor, the real one.
Okay. Yep.
Jaime Escalante. He completely set me on a total understanding of my life. And along with Robert M. Young, who directed me in The Ballad of Gregorio Cortez, which was one of the very first major pieces of work I ever did on film. And I must say, and I had already done a couple of others, but nothing compared to that movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, it will stand the test of time eternally as a movie that will always make me cry. Speaking of films that made me cry, were you able to get through Coco? Like when you sat down and were you able to get through it? Because I sat down with my kids and I couldn't do it. Like I had to walk away at one point.
I saw it in the theater, and I'd done my part in it, and it was a very small little role in it. I played the one moment in time when the movie comes to fruition. Yep. Total flourishing, by way of the movie is about that special place in between the life and death, and in memory, and bringing back the soul of the person who has departed this world. And then if people don't remember you, then you disappear and you go away forever. No one ever understands you or thinks about you again. And that's what happens to my character in Chicharron. And so I will say that it got me.
Yeah.
That movie got me on the grandparent, the grandmother, the love of when the little boy sings finally the song. Oh my God, I couldn't take it. I said, oh my God, this is an amazing, amazing film.
All right, but
it took 6 years.
I know I'm going to have to let you go because you got a lot of these to do today. But before Walking with Her began out in theaters today, Edward James Olmos. So this is the iconic, because it's a golf movie. This is the question that you always ask people. You got your foursome. You get to go out and play golf with any four people ever. And we'll maybe limit it to people that have been alive at some point while you've been alive. All right. You can line up a foursome for golf today. Who are the three others that are joining you, Edward James Olmos?
Oh my goodness. I would have to say the late great Hank Aaron.
Okay.
I would love to be
it was his birthday earlier this week.
Yes.
Yep.
The great George Lopez. I would love to continue to play golf with him for the rest of my life. He's just wonderful. Cool. and the ultimate somebody that I don't know, Dolores Huerta, who is truly a gift of a woman who's given more than almost anybody I've ever known in my life. I don't even know if she plays the game, but I'll teach her. She's 91 years old. I will teach her to play.
Oh,
she's just
a civil rights icon.
She's an inspiration. I mean, total inspiration. Her and Cesar Chavez are like, woo, way out there. But I'd like to play with her.
That would be sad. That's such a cool answer. That's such a cool. Edward James Olmos. You will never know how much this little short time that we spent together meant to me. This is truly a joy to chat with you today. I can't wait to see Walking with Herb, which is out in theaters today. Thank you so much for doing this. Continued health, safety to you, your entire family, and thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you so much for everything you do every day and for inspiring people. And thank you for having me on the show.